Hello, EDFN 305 and 405 students. So I wanted to do an instructional video about what is a reflection so that you guys are clear about your weekly reflections. And I wanted to help you prepare for that assignment. Okay. I want to take a few minutes to talk about your weekly reflection assignment because I feel it's one of the most important activities you will be doing in this course. I'm sure many of you are asking, what exactly are you looking for in this reflection? So, one of the things I want you to understand is a reflection is not simply a summary of what you read or you watched. It is an important opportunity to think critically about the course materials and explain what stood out to you, what challenged you, and what connections you are making between the course content and education today. What a reflection is not, this is an example of basically all this is telling me is what happened. It does not tell me what you learned. It does not tell me why it matters, and it does not make any connections. So again, I want to stress that a reflection does more than summarizes. It does, it tells what happens, but providing insight into what you understand, how you learn it, as well as why this all matters. So, what is a reflection? I want to give you four things that highlight a strong reflection and that are accomplished in a strong reflection. First of all, it's going to briefly identify an important idea. So on this slide, I've identified one important idea in this week's readings, which is education is not neutral. Okay. So that's the important idea we're working with. The second thing that a good reflection does is it explains that idea. So, what do we mean by education isn't neutral? How do we connect that to the readings, to the documentary, to the film, or the podcast? What does it teach you about that? So, in order to explain that, you need to think about what is being taught to me through these materials. One of the ways you could think about this is like I've written here, these materials, the readings, the documentaries suggest that schools were not only designed to teach academic content, but also to promote a particular social, political, and cultural values. So this provides a brief example and connection of how we are saying what we read, what we watched, and what it taught us. Okay. The third thing a good reflection does is it makes a connection. How are you making connections between the readings, between the films or other materials? Are there questions or concerns as you review or read or come across these new material or material you've seen before? How does it connect with your own experiences? So, one of the things I want you to think about as you're thinking about the connections is ask yourself utilize these four bullet points. How does it connect to your own experiences? How does it connect to current educational issues? Does it connect to schools today? Or how does it, excuse me, connect to your future profession or your future as an educator? And the fourth bullet or thing I want you to think about as you think about what a reflection is does it explain why it all matters? Why should educators care about this issue or these issues? Why should you care about it? Why should I care about it? Why should educators or the field care about this? So I've provided one quick, brief example, and I'm not going to read it to you because you can read it to yourselves. But the introductory paragraph talks about the reading, the introductory sentence. All of these few sentences can be built upon more and establish more content. But this gives you a brief skeletal of the idea, the connection, the explanation of the idea. The third point is the connection. And then the fourth point is why it matters. Okay. So finally, in conclusion, I want you to ask yourself these four questions as you prepare your reflection, no matter if you're going to do a written, a video, or auditory. And also review the grading rubric that is located in D2L. What stood out to you in the reading? What challenged your thinking? What connections can you make? And why does it all matter? If you can consider and your reflection covers these four questions, you're pretty much on the right track. So I hope this video was helpful. I tried to keep it brief. If you have any questions, please email me. And I do have office hours in person, but if we need to set up a Zoom, shoot me an email and I can do that as well. All right. I hope this was helpful for you. I'm going to stop sharing.